going on, MSFers? Duelum here, back again with another video, and today we've got Cosmic Crucible, week number 4 recap, week number 5 defense, and you can see here, I went 3-0 for one of the first times in a long time. This does not happen often, so we are now in Masters 3, so nothing wrong with that. So let's get into the first round going against it's Barry McCockner. Okay, don't ban me, YouTube. So room number 1, we did Night Stalkers into Orcus. If you have not tried Night Stalkers on offense, they shred, and by they I mean Agatha and Moon Knight. All this is literally just hit buttons. You win in 3 turns. It's absolutely cake. Night Stalkers on offense are ridiculously good. Room number 2, we did a double sack, and then we did Mercs for money with Ares, and I threw in a Doom just for fun because I knew Super Score was not opening with his special, so Dokken wouldn't get a bunch of speed. So I thought Doom might be a good kind of bonus here in case he gets pushed, then he gets turn meter, stuff like that, which he did, and Old Man Logan just took off from there, which actually worked really well. In room number 3, we did Spider Society against a Hive with some Alpha Flight members. So 2-piece Hive, 3-piece Alpha Flight. Still gets rolled just as usual. Room number 4, we've got good old Cabal with Ultimus. I'm even shocked I used Big Time Spider-Man here, and I have no idea why. Oh, it was for the revives, that's right. So we used Cabal with Ultimus here. We used Big Time Spider-Man to try to take the revives off of Black Knight turn 1. He actually resisted it, because of course he did. And then Ultimus, obviously, because of pre-taunt with Cabal, deletes Black Knight. He did end up reviving, so it didn't go as well as it could have, but it ended up winning. Room number 5, we did MOE with Tangled, and it went really well, taking out an extreme with Nightcrawler. No Cyclops, used Sunspot instead, which is interesting. And then in room number 6, we did not clear. So we had Infinity Watch Phoenix for a good sack, because Phoenix gets that 20% health drain, and in room 6 they can't heal. Then came in with the Black Order. Then we came in with Superior 6, APOC, and Vulture, and you'll see my mistake here. I should have used Echo over Craven here, and this would have ended up working because it would stop the assist from Odin, and I would be fine. And before you say anything, yes, Echo would not die because Echo has defense up, immunity, all that kind of good stuff to survive, and they have double exhaust, so your Echo doesn't need to be too big, but does need to be a decent size to at least survive. So on defense, my opponent used Superior 6 Vulture against my SD with Nightcrawler in room 1. Room number 2, he also had a lot of trouble and could not full clear here. Black Order sack, then try to Phoenix Infinity Watch sack, but I heal, obviously, in room 2, and then came in with Superior 6 APOC and Old Man Logan. Did not work. Room number 3, Spider Society. Taking out my Alpha Flight, sure. Room number 4, Night Stalkers taking out an Orcus Dorm, and I don't know what went wrong here for him, but a lot went wrong. I didn't get to watch the replay before it disappeared on me. But you'll see later, somebody did the exact same fight, even with Dormammu here, and it went way better. So I'm not sure what happened here, or if Lady Deathstrike just started deleting people, or what, but this did not go in his favor at all. Room number 5, he used Cabal with Ultimus and Kang to take out a Black Knight. Extreme, did really well. And then room number 6, he did Bifrost sack, Invader's sack, and then APOC, Tangled, Rolk, and Old Man Logan to take out my Mephisto, Sus, and Annihilators, but he didn't clear, and I was about 23 points more efficient than him. So that worked out well for me. So round 1, we got a win against Barry. Round number 2, going against Nightcrawler, and this guy was actually in chat while I was doing my tags too. He was a pretty cool guy. That was awesome to have him in there. Room number 1, he used Cabal Zemo Red Skull to I used Cabal Zemo Red Skull to delete his Astral kind of SD with Lady Deathstrike in here. Room number 2, we did a double sack, and then we did Eternals, Ultimus, Rolk, and APOC. I am really liking Ultimus. as for offense because he's extremely good with Cabal. He's also really good at taking off a pre-taunt right away because he flips those positive effects into negative effects. So he's essentially a big-time Spider-Man that actually does damage, which is really, really nice to have. So the ultimates there was really good. This ended up working. I did almost push the Doom, and the Doom almost took people on the ride, but I got really lucky with some Raider crits burning through the death proofs that he got from Mephisto passive. Room number 3, this was a roadblock. So people have been running this with running this defense, Sus, Black Cat, and then 3-piece Spider Society. And it is a very good defense because Spider Society itself cannot beat it because Black Cat stops the speed up on bio characters on my side. And then Sus gets a bunch of turn meter and all that kind of good stuff. And he goes Zoom. Did not work. Then you have Hive Mind. Did not work as well. And then we tried Cabal. Also didn't work. Didn't get a crit with Lizard. So that was really, really unfortunate. My game just completely crashed. Okay, that's awesome. I'll be back. All right, after that short commercial break, that was a time. Yeah, so this room is a pretty good defense. The problem is then you don't have Spider Society for offense. So it's a strong defense. So Black Cat stops the speed up. Sus goes zoomy, right? All that good stuff. So it is a pretty good defense. There is a pretty easy way to counter this. You just do Spider Society with North Star, but my North Star was on defense. So you'll see I had trouble with this, but North Star would stop the turn meter from Sus and we would just roll this team. So room number 4, full Night Stalkers, once again going into an Orcus, but this time it had Black Knight, and Black Knight did absolutely nothing. Blade went turn 1, or actually Agatha went turn 1, almost deleted everybody. Then Moon Knight went and deleted everybody, and then I think I took 1 turn with someone else, and then everybody was dead. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward. That was pretty much it. This team just gets rolled because Agatha's stats are absolutely nuts. Room number 5, we did MOE with Tangled, did not work. And then we ended up coming back in with a new Warriors that worked really well. I did end up using the basic with Gwenpool, not the special turn 1, so I didn't get the taunt, so he didn't get the speed bar, so he didn't get to kill and give speed bar to his allies. And then in room number 6, we did Ares, Old Man Logan, and Superior 6 Vulture to one-shot and Illuminati, full Illuminati. On defense, my opponent used Cabal, Kang, and Titania against my room 1 SD Nightcrawler. Room number 2, he tried to do a one-shot with Superior 6 Vulture Echo Odin, and it almost worked. It came down to Odin v. Odin, and it was very, very close. And then he came in. He even admitted he was trying to be a little cheeky here. He came in with Undying Emma because he wanted to kind of be a little bit cheap here to just take out the Odin. And you see all he did was gain health there, and Odin deleted. And then he came back in with Merc's APOC to delete it. And you'll see why he had Merc's APOC for a 3rd attack here once we get a little bit further. But room number 3, he did an Alpha Flight Mirror, like an absolute Chad. And I am here for it. So it did not go that great. There is a lot of coin flips here. North Star coin flip, Guardian coin flip. Like, there is a lot of stuff that can go wrong here, and it did not go very well for him, but his team is 400,000 bigger because he probably likes war like a disgusting human. So it is what it is. It worked. Good on him. Room number 4 did Night Stalkers into my Orcus Dorm, and you see this time it went a lot better than my opponent in round 1. He got a 71 here. My opponent in round 1 got a 50. Room number 5, we did try to do full Tangled, 3-piece Tangled, BTS and Ares, and it did not work. I don't think at all, honestly. And then he cleaned up with an inferior 6. What an absolute man. I love this. The fact that he was able to pull this off, and the fact that his shocker is this big is an absolute amazing thing to see. This guy loves war, and he's getting some use out of him in Cosmic Crucible, so go him. And then in room number 6, he tried the double sack, and then he came in with Ares, or with Merc's APOC, and it did not work, so that's why he was able to use that Merc's APOC in room number 2 to clean up that. So yeah, not too bad at all. That's another win, and then we get into round number 3. So we have in room number 1, I did full Night Stalkers against an Orcus with Cable instead of Omega Sentinel, and this does change the speed up a little bit, so I ended up getting deleted very quickly. And then luckily, Agatha did Agatha things. Also, my music just changed. Please hold so I don't get copyright struck, because I don't want that to happen. And we're back. All right, cool. So yeah, Cable changes the speed here. So full Night Stalkers does not go as fast to get in front of Orcus, because obviously Cable gives that 5% turn meter. So this was an interesting defense. Room number 2, we did a double sack. That's right. I sacked with Cabal because I had them left over. That's pretty funny, isn't it? And then came in with Emma, Eternals, Old Man Logan, and Panda. And this worked surprisingly well. Eternals got big rewinds. Emma slowed the team down, obviously. Old Man Logan went Zoom because the Eternals were rewinding, and he was assisting off the rewinds. So this went really, really well, honestly. Room number 3, you see my opponent had something similar, not the Spider Society version, but had 3-piece Alpha Flight with Black Cat and Super Scroll. What I did is I just played it safe. I sacked some abilities with Bifrost, so North Star ult, Guardian ult, I think Sasquatch ult as well, and obviously Super Scroll stuff. So I ended up coming in with Spider Society after that, and it did pretty well, honestly. So I think this is going to be a pretty good option as a sack than Spider Society if you don't have North Star on offense. Room number 4, we did Kang with, we did MOE with Tangled, and it destroyed a Night Stalkers. This is Night Stalkers on the smaller side, so that's probably why this worked as well as it did. But it also had Nightcrawler in there, which ended up helping me because the Kang stole that speed up from Nightcrawler and then gave it to the team, except for Tangled, obviously. But it worked pretty well. I will take this. It was a pretty good one-shot. This was really hype in stream, so I'm really happy this worked well. Room number 5, we tried to do New Warriors with Ares, and I got stuck on the block chance by Absorbing Man, which was pretty unfortunate. So I got stuck on the taunt, saved it, and then just came in with Undying Ultimus, and it actually worked really well. So that's nice. So I'll take it. Undying, finding some uses, even at 2 yellow, 0 red, Scarlet Witch. The bleeds are doing a lot of damage. Obviously, Ultimus with the pre-taunt did well. And then in room number 6, we have Infinity Watch Phoenix as a sack. Phoenix gets to her special. You hit the special button, you pause, let it time out. And then we have Black Order. Essentially what you do is with any sack that comes next, I do Black Order because I like it. Black Order comes in. You essentially let Hank take his turn, Shuri take her turn, and the second Captain Britain takes his turn. You just pause, let it time out. And then I came in with a Superior 6, Vulture, Echo, and APOC. Vulture steals the speed up from them, but he does not apply it to himself because Shuri's getting charges because I have no one stopping Shuri charge, but they don't get the speed up. Then Echo stops the assists, so as long as Echo is living, and she usually does because she has defense up and they have double exhaust, so even these massive characters are not doing that much damage to Echo. Odin will not assist, which means he's going to use his special without assisting first. So he won't be able to do that wave and that massive damage over and over again. So his special essentially does nothing because the positive effects he gets get flipped by Green Goblin classic charges. He doesn't heal in room 6, and it literally doesn't matter. And then all it is APOC ults. He does not get the turn meter. So what happens is your team ends up killing pretty much everybody, and then just Odin's left by the time APOC gets to his second turn, and APOC does that punch on Odin, and it is a delete. So that worked really well. I'm so happy I got a full clear on this massive defense. So on defense, my opponent used Superior 6 in room number 1 against my ST with Nightcrawler. Room number 2 could not full clear the Odin Illuminati. So he did pretty much the same thing I did. Black Order, Infinity Watch, and then came in with a Superior 6 Vulture Echo APOC, and it did not end up working. Room number 3, Spider Society against my Alpha Flight. Room number 4, tried Cabal with Kestrel and Vulture. Did not work. Vulture does not get a lot of speed against this team because they're all villains, so he doesn't get his passive speed from heroes. Then he tried Cabal with Zemo and Red Skull. What I'm presuming happened is Lady Deathstrike absolutely deleted people with her ult, and then he had to come in with Kang, Titania, and Cabal on a 3-shot. Room number 5, he used Tangled BTS Nova Kestrel to try to take out this. Did not work well. Then came in with Hive Mind Ares. Worked surprisingly well, honestly. He probably did the clump and then the Ares ult and did a bunch of damage to all of them. And then got some speed meter and then got zooming. And then in room number 6, did the double sack and then did Old Man Logan, APOC, a pre-taunt, and did pretty well. So good on him. He was not able to full clear, though, had some struggles with room 2. But that is 3-0. Let's get into my defense for this one. So we have room number 1 is going to be staying the exact same. That's right, Nightcrawler. SD does great things. It's pulling Cabal. It's pulling Superior 6. And if you use Superior 6 on my room 1, you don't have Superior 6 on my room 2. So I'm fine with that. Room number 2, we're keeping Odin Illuminati because I am a rude person, but you know what? I like winning, and I'm in the top 100 now, and I want to keep winning. And everybody in the top 100 has Odin Illuminati on defense, so might as well just join the crowd. Room number 3, we're going to put Bifrost in here, and here's why. Spider Society absolutely rolls Bifrost, right? But Bifrost survives longer than most any other team, even at 2.2 million, because they get those death proofs, all that kind of good stuff. So they can survive longer than anyone else. So it takes a couple more turns for efficiency. Now, this will also keep my North Star for offense and Spider Society. So if I run into that Black Cat sus crap again, I can delete it and not have an issue at all. Room number 4, we're going to do what my opponent did in round 2, maybe? Yeah, round 2 is Orcus Cable. I really like this because Cable was the only 5th that I've seen give Orcus any trouble, or give Night Stalkers any trouble. So I'm going to run this, and then I now have a free Dormammu, and I'm probably just going to use Dormammu on offense because why not? Dormammu's a great character, gives me some revives, so that could work out really, really well in my favor. Room number 5, we're going to keep Extreme with BK in here because this has done really, really well for me. This pulls big teams. You saw almost everybody failed at least one attack on this. And so the only person that one-shot it used Cabal, which if you're using Cabal on this, okie dokie then, fine with me. And then in room number 6, we're going to keep the Annihilator sus Fisto. So things are not changing too much here. Because I went 3-0, why would I change that much? I'm just slightly improving based off of what I saw and what I need to counter. So that Bifrost going in 3 and that Cable going in 4 with Orcus. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Let me know how the defense has been working for you. Let me know how you've been faring when you go against it, because I've been told a lot of people use this, and a lot more people copy my defense than I have ever expected. So that's pretty awesome to know. But that's going to be it for this one. Until next time, this has been Doolum. Later, MSFers.